Scammers continue to try to take advantage of already cash-strapped Canadians following the economic impacts of the pandemic, inflation, and rising interest rates. From phone calls using real Canadian phone numbers to text messages claiming to be from your bank, scam tactics continue to evolve and to become even more difficult to identify. This comes as some Canadians are desperately looking for financial relief after a tough 2 years, which makes contact with scammers all the more dangerous at this time. Meanwhile, some people are looking for alternate ways to make some extra cash by investing in assets or selling things that they no longer need. But how can you stay safe while handling your money in a world all too eager to take it from you? Well, joining us now to talk more on this is Elizabeth Naumovski, Vice President of Marketing at Caldwell Securities Limited. Elizabeth, welcome to Forum Daily.
Thank you so much, Nima. So good to be here today.
Now, as we mentioned, there's a lot of Canadians out there in debt. They're looking to make some more money quickly, and that's completely understandable. But what are some investment red flags they should look out for?
You know, it's interesting that you say this because there are three things that people are dealing with right now. Inflation, which you've talked about so many times, interest rate hikes, which you've talked about, and the recession. People are talking about it, whether we're there or not, doesn't matter, but it's a fear factor. So what happens when people are thinking that they need to make some extra cash fast? So they will talk to different people and try to invest in something that will give them very, very high returns for very low risk. Now, we all know that investing, there is risk involved, but if it sounds too good to be true, it really is, because there's no way you can get very high return with very low risk. The other thing too is you should make sure that the person is actually registered and the firm is registered. And there is a registration for that. It's called NRS, the National Registry System. And you can actually look up every firm and every person, every investment advisor to make sure that they are actually who they are. And, you know, it's one of those things where don't email an advisor or anyone like that through their Gmail account, their Yahoo account, their Hotmail account. Email and contact them through their work email, their work number, not WhatsApp, because during COVID, a lot of different firms have had their logos stolen and there have been fraudulent websites. So what happens is the fraudulent websites, they want you to reach out to them through WhatsApp. They want you to invest with either crypto or your credit card. And that's not the way to invest. You're supposed to invest with your hard-earned money so that it's there for your future and it's there for your retirement. Some other red flags too is if anyone says to you, you know, this is an exclusive deal just for you. Well, if you're investing, you're investing. It's the same for everybody. There's no exclusive deal. If somebody's pressuring you and saying you need to get to this really, really quickly, you need to get to it now, make a decision quickly, that's not a way to invest either. So, you know, take a look at those and protect yourself.
Some important information to consider there, Elizabeth. Now, what about selling your items online? We know a lot of people are considering selling stuff during a secondhand economy. What are the safest ways to go about this?
So, Nima, did you know that if you are trying to sell something on one of the marketplaces online, you can actually go to a police station and they have a safety zone. They have a buy and sell safety zone so that you can meet that stranger. You remember, as children, we were told not to talk to strangers, and here we are interacting with them now. So you can meet a stranger, buy or sell whatever item it is, but you're in a safe area. And one of the key things to think about too is, you know, if that person doesn't want to meet you in a police station, that's a red flag. If you are going to meet somebody, do it during daylight. Bring a friend. Don't bring any valuables with you. Make sure you are in an environment where, you know, you're surrounded by other people and you're not in a back alley somewhere by yourself giving somebody, you know, cash and then they take off with it.
Some important information there, Elizabeth. Now, let's jump to one of the most recent scams we've been hearing about. You've actually experienced this scam, a radar speeding texting scam. So tell us a little bit about what happened there.
Yeah, so I was, you know, looking through Twitter and the news, and the city of Toronto and the Toronto Police Department had put out some warnings to people. And yes, the slides that you showed ahead just before the interview are actually slides that text that I had received. So there are a lot of these cameras throughout the city, and I'm sure there are everywhere else throughout our country as well. But what the scammers have started doing is sending texts to random people saying that, you need to pay for your speeding fine and you need to pay for it now. They're very pushy texts. They are very to the point texts. And if you're a new Canadian or a senior, of course you'll be afraid and you want to pay them right away. But the thing to know is that if you were caught in a speeding zone and one of those cameras did catch you speeding, you will receive a photo of your car, your license plate mailed to you along with the fine. City of Toronto doesn't know what your cell phone is. The police don't know what your cell number is either. They are looking at license plates and they don't know who is in the car. So, if you do receive those texts, stop, pause, think, delete. Just get rid of them. Do not click on anything.
All right, Elizabeth, always great having you on Forum Daily. Thank you again for your time today.
Thank you so much, Nima. Have a great day.
We'll be right back.